Yo, what's up, everyone? This is Kaiser War here. Super Mario Galaxy is back. Sort of. So at the Nintendo Direct, they announced that there's going to be a sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie called the Super Mario Bros. Galaxy movie, which I think is super cool. Galaxy is a very beloved game, and it's kind of crazy just seeing, like, Galaxy being in movie form, right? Or at least in a loose retelling of Galaxy. Like, it's kind of funny seeing the sequel to it being Galaxy. I kept thinking like, oh, they're going to do something else with it. But no, like, it's kind of cool that Mario and gang are going to space. And we're going to see Rosalina too, which I think that's going to be cool. So, as soon as I saw it, I was thinking, oh, wow, we're getting a Galaxy movie. I wish we could play Mario Galaxy on the Switch. That wasn't part of the limited 3D All-Stars collection. And Nintendo apparently heard me, because a second later after that, they actually announced that Mario Galaxy is going to get a Switch 1 game that compiles both Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2 together. Now, normally, I would be like, oh, that's hype. That's super hype. But then I realized this is Nintendo. They're going to charge you $70 for this game, for this Switch 1 game. And the only other $70 Switch 1 game I can remember off the top of my head was Tears of the Kingdom. And Tears of the Kingdom was Tears of the Kingdom. Nah, I don't hate the game at all. I just feel like it was not worth $70. It just really wasn't. I don't think like any of these games are worth 70. And damn well Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are not worth $70. This game's had Nintendo Selects, for Christ's sakes, that dropped them down to $20. Hell, you could have bought a copy back then for $10, man. I used to go to GameStop and be seeing the Nintendo Selects version of Mario Galaxy 1 for $10, dude. So, like, the only other way you could have played Mario Galaxy 1 on the Switch 1 was through the Super Mario 3D All-Stars collection, which was made limited on purpose to encourage FOMO because Nintendo is a piece of shit. Okay? So they did that. Didn't really do much to 3D All-Stars other than just, like, you know, Mario Galaxy by just sprucing up a little bit to look a little bit better on the Switch 1, right? So, like, Nintendo also thought of this for people who do have the 3D All-Stars collection version of Mario Galaxy 1, because on the eShop, you can buy both games separately for $40 a pop. Right? You can buy Mario Galaxy 1 for $40, and if you already have the 3D All-Stars collection and you just want Mario Galaxy 2, you can buy Mario Galaxy 2 for $40. Is Mario Galaxy 2 worth $40? No. No, it was a Wii game that you could have bought for $20 to $30 back in the day. You can buy it for $20 probably now. If I looked hard enough, if I actually looked, you could probably find a Wii copy for $20 if I was lucky enough to find one like that. But like, again, greed, man. Dude, these aren't even new games. At least with Tears of the Kingdom, you could have made the argument that at least it's a new game. Yeah, it's basically Breath of the Wild with extra shit at it, but it was marketed and released as a brand new game. Even if, you know, it really couldn't have been. At least it was a new game, right? This is just two games compiled into one, and it's overpriced to hell and back. I hate Nintendo. I've always hated Nintendo when they do this, because, like, dude, I am so sick of getting these games re-released and then just, like, you have to rebuy them all again for like $60 to $70. Now, Nintendo isn't the only company that does this, but they're the only company that really does this frequently enough. They're Nintendo. Their games don't go on sale that often, right? And I think that makes me even angrier in hindsight, because, like, these games, Nintendo first-party games rarely, if ever, go on sale. If you actually wanted to play Breath of the Wild on the Switch 1 for the first time, which, keep in mind, this was a launch title for the Switch 1, it will still cost you $60. All these years later. We are in 2025, bro. This Breath of the Wild is 8 years old, for Christ's sakes. Like, and concept-wise, it's old, right? The game released on the Wii U, for Christ's sakes. And yet, the Switch 1 version still costs the same as it did back when the game came out. It's bullshit. Don't get me started on the fact that you can buy the game again on Switch 2 for $80, bro. Like, goddamn, dude. Like, and it's so weird that it's only for the Switch 1. Why not for the Switch 2? Yeah, you can play it for the Switch 2. I get it. You know, probably boost, like, the frame rate and stuff like that, and the graphical fidelity. But why only the Switch 1? That makes me confused. Like, why is it not both for that? Because, you know, considering they half-assed this port and probably just put it on the Switch 1 just to get it out there faster, it makes sense why there's not a Switch 2 version of it, because you can just play it on the Switch 2 anyway. So, yeah. Mario Galaxy. Look, these are good games. Mario Galaxy 1 and Mario Galaxy 2 are well-regarded games. It's just like, Like, why? Like, people are gonna buy it. I think that's the sad part thinking about this. People are gonna buy it. There's a lot of diehard Nintendo shills out there for some reason. People are gonna buy it. It's gonna sell well, and people are like, "Yeah, man, it was totally worth the $70." And I no. Mario Galaxy in this time, Mario Galaxy is not worth $70. Like, both games are not worth it. And I think it's doubly worse if you already bought 3D All Stars, right? Because something in the back of my head told me they were going to do something like this eventually. I just didn't expect years later to do this. Like, dude, that sucks so much ass. It's actually insane. But they're good games. They're just not worth $40 a pop if you were to buy them individually, and definitely not worth 70 together. No. You can probably make the case like, oh, I mean, actually, no, I was going to make a big excuse. There is no excuse. This is bullshit. This is greed at its finest. God, I hate Nintendo. Jesus, man. Like, damn, I love these games. But, like, why? You know, that's probably why. Because you love the games, and they'll know you'll buy the games again for that much money. But I definitely am not buying Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 for $70. You can eat my ass, Nintendo.